Starting for real now.
3, 2, 1, go.
Doors are open.
Fantastic. All right, they're off.
I wonder who's going to get first shot off.
I think Cobalt may have picked up a bow first, but it's simply a question of what kind of shooting they're doing.
Oh, Nika is a big arrow PvPer. He's already laid into him.
Yeah, he's doing that jump shot technique that we see happen a lot behind barriers like this.
I like watching it. I hate having it done to me.
Caulk blockers have reached their house and are inside it, and also are taking the brick tower right now.
We've got at least one Cobalt crafter. He's already been inside the house. He's retreating a little bit, possibly to help out. No, he's going back uphill now.
I see him coming up here. He's probably going to go for the brick tower. Or not. He's going to keep on going. Has some other objective in mind.
It looks like all of Cobalt has managed to escape the start area without any losses. And it looks like most of them are suited up in leather armor.
Looks like Gramp from the Caulk blockers decided to take some fall damage and just to run and jump off the Victory Monument area.
All right, we've got Nika and Jay Bayan exchanging arrows here at the house.
Grass Giant was completing a bridge just beyond the brick tower, but he tried to jump and missed and fell down a hole.
Ooh, ouch. Fell down into the valley there.
Yes.
Nika got first blood, it looks like. Nika's laying into him now.
Nika is doing well, holding his own versus two Cobalt crafters. Managed to take one out.
It looks like the CVs are raiding the graveyard for supplies. I now see someone with both iron armor and chainmail armor.
Yeah, they are armored up already.
And they are making sure to light up the area, which is very important.
And look inside that chest and see what it looks like on the other side.
Looks like OP Kid from Cobalt has also managed to reach the graves and is looting them. But he is coming under fire from, I'm not sure if it's a skeleton or another player. I think that's MK from the CVs.
The rest of the Cobalt crafters, or almost all the rest of the Cobalt crafters, were back in their sand hut. Just recently dispersed, but Nika from the Caulk blockers has been basically keeping them on lockdown. Although they're starting to make their way out now.
Have we seen any runs on a dungeon yet? Or for a wool?
MK took out OP Kid, who had iron armor and was the furthest Cobalt crafter along.
One of the Caulk blockers, I think, managed to get down into the first dungeon, but it doesn't appear that they survived. I see that the lava at the beginning of that first drop has been completely turned to obsidian, but there's nobody here.
Right now I'm watching one of the Caulk blockers, Gramps, make his way up to the third and final wool area, all by himself. And he is armored up, diamond sword and everything.
The Caulk blockers' iron at the bottom has been blown up by Jay Bayan, as far as I can tell. I'm not sure if that was cannon-based.
There is a trap due to, I think you trigger by dropping a minecart on something over there.
Ah.
Anyway, Grass Giant tried to go through the graveyard without any armor on at all and was quickly dispatched. OP Kid is trying the same thing now as well.
Alright, Jay Bayan of the Cobalt crafters is collecting the iron blocks and diamond from the bottom of their, I'm not sure what you want to call this, their mossy maze underneath the brick tower. He also collected the TNT, so this is going to be helpful for the Cobalt crafters. If they get some diamond armor, that's going to give them a pretty decent advantage.
Right now I'm watching Gramps as he makes his way through the obsidian labyrinth on the way to the third wool.
Oh, I think OP Kid did that strategically, where he hit the pigman to get it, to chase after MK325, who was surrounded by 5 pigmen.
Very interesting strategy here being executed by Solitary Wolf from the Cockblocker side. He is completely destroying the spawn area of Cobalt Crafters. And I mean completely. There's a huge valley here now where their spawn house used to be. Their supplies may have been completely blown up if they had any spawn supplies still here at the beginning. And now they are easy pickings for arrows. That's a pretty shrewd move on their part, I'd say.
Gramps is in trouble, big time. There he is. He just got taken out. He actually aggroed a Enderman, it looks like.
This is going to be really, really bad for the Cobalt Crafters. He's managing to get through. Managed to get safe.
That Enderman is still mad over here.
And Opkid got murdered at the spawn. This is going to be really, really rough to deal with. They're
Looks
not going
like
to have...
the pigmen are not mad anymore. That's good.
It looks like Jabayan on Cobalt Crafters has made it back to the graveyard area, but is getting shot up by MK. MK was he reclaimed his armor from when he died. So it looks like the lockdown at the graveyard is still in place.
I'm going to attempt to try to catch some of the team's commentary from their channels. I'll be back here in just a few.
I am really impressed with this strategy here from the Cockblockers. The question at the moment that I have is, do the Cobalt Crafters have bed spawn points set anywhere?
They may have some in the tower based on how quickly some people were returning. There's also a bed in the sandstone hut if it's still standing.
Well, we haven't had nighttime yet, so they wouldn't have been able to set their spawn anyway. Like, the way it is right now, Cobalt Crafters will be in big trouble if they die. Opkid has not been able to get out of here. I mean, clearly the Cockblockers had this in mind, as you can see.
Yeah, this is actually a really good strategy because it's so thin and just dirt, so it's really easy to take out most of these blocks.
Mm-hmm. And when they respawn, they don't have anything to use to protect themselves or build across or anything like that. So as long as a few of the Cockblockers hang back and make sure to shoot any Cobalt Crafters that show up. Oh, and then now there's two of them in here.
And they may be able to claim some of this dirt and build a bridge across, but it's still going to be pretty risky.
Very much so.
And if I remember right, he has plenty of arrows, so he's not going to run out anytime soon.
Yeah, this is a good move on Opkid's part. I wouldn't surface if I were him.
Though it does look like Fatter Chick 3 is running the first dungeon for the Cobalt Crafters. As is Solitary Wolf.
Man, this is really, really rough. I mean, this shuts down a team pretty well. Let's see how Opkid's doing here. Oh, he managed to get out. Did he manage to survive? Nope.
Solitary Wolf is having some trouble with skeletons.
Let's see, there's currently one Cockblocker holding this spawn camp. And that's it. And two Cobalt Crafters who are stuck in the spawn.
Definitely a fair trade. Solitary Wolf has managed to get out of his zombie and skeleton trap and is now pulling up relatively even with Fatter Chick on their assault to the first dungeon.
I think Gramps was just able to reclaim some of his equipment, but he's got 3 creepers closing in on him right now.
And yeah, Nick is still raining arrows down upon the poor spawning Cobalt crafters.
Yeah, they are. This is rough. Really, really rough for them.
I mean, even if they get a bridge built, there's a good chance they'll just set off their cannon again and take it out.
This time, Gramps brought a number of blocks of gravel with him to kind of close off the area behind him as he makes his way through the labyrinth.
Let's see, I believe MK325 has retreated from the graveyard area and is now taking pot shots at a fatter chick. The fatter chick is very well walled up.
And they have their chance now to set their spawn and get out of this situation. Oh, J-Buy-in, no, go back. If J-Buy-in should really just go for the bed right now. Just make a run for it and hope for the best. No, go in the house. Oh, wow. No, that's not a good decision, I don't think.
Grass Giant has come up with the blue wool, and he's a Cobalt crafter. I believe they're the only one with the wool right now.
Really?
I don't know how he got it. I didn't see him go, but...
Well, unfortunately, J-Buy-in didn't seem to recall that they had a bed in the sandhouse, so he didn't actually set his spawn point, which means he's still going to be subject to this spawn hell if he dies.
Gramps made more progress that time, but he was taken out again by a zombie as he was kind of holding up in there. A lot of his stuff is still on the ground. He might have time to reclaim that, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure how Grass Giant was able to sneak down there, but he definitely was able to do it.
And J-Buy-in did die, and here he is back here again.
So what's the current wool score? Like, who has what? Do you guys know?
As far as I know, the blue wool is had by Cobalt crafters, and no other wool is had by the CVs. They've mostly focused on PvPing them down. Because I know they made a run on the red wool, but it doesn't look like that was successful because of Endermen.
Yeah, they definitely put a lot of effort into the PvP. We're seeing OP Kid just got taken out by NK, also Grass Giant taken out just now.
Cobalt crafters don't seem to be daunted by this. Fatter Chick is busy working through the first dungeon now, so they're just trucking along and still going for the wolves.
I did pop into their channel, though. The Cobalt crafters did sound a bit stressed out. They I heard one of their team members call it a death zone up there.
Oh, yeah.
And to get out, so...
Understandably, I would say this would be pretty discouraging.
Now, the Cobalt crafters have been unable to light up their graveyard area, and they're getting a lot of spawns. I see spiders and skeletons. Ooh, and someone died with some diamonds.
Let's see, Fatterdick died, but I didn't see a respawn here. I'm not sure. That may mean that he or she set their spawn point somewhere, which would be a smart move, or perhaps not. Let's see what's going on here. Is this OpKid? That is OpKid again. So they may have managed to set their spawn points away from there, and all except for OpKid, who I think just got shot off the edge and fell to his death. Yes, he did.
Looks like Gramps is trying to make his way back to the third area again, but he's got to contend with some undead, because you would think the lava would light up the platforms well enough, but apparently they didn't. And he's ticked off another Enderman.
Solitary Wolf tried to rush in where a lot of mobs were and died. He was at the last main turn towards the green wall. One little devious trap going towards the green wall is that underneath the lava, it's lined with furnaces. And if you try to place a block on a furnace, it will open the furnace and you have a good chance of falling in the lava. A couple of these furnaces actually have items in them. Like, I think there's a diamond pick somewhere, or maybe a diamond sword. Maybe both.
That's pretty ingenious. Did not realize that.
And Ko, you were getting some requests from your stream to increase the volume of your microphone.
Alrighty. I wasn't actually talking at the time. They might have thought it was Dyer. Thought Dyer was me, perhaps.
Well, it's always 30 seconds back. They may have just been commenting, because there's a couple things about that.
Looks like Gramps is going to be entering into the final wool volcano here.
Who else was headed there, you said, Co?
To the end here?
Yeah. Or were you talking about Gramps?
I was talking about Gramps.
All right.
And I'm not going to go in there. I don't want to interfere or be in the way of anybody who's
it's not too bad as long
there.
as you hang back a little bit. One person is... I can go in there, though.
Yeah, Grass Giant definitely has slept in the sand house bed, but Jabayan still hasn't, even though he just walked right by it.
I'm not sure that he's aware, or that his teammates have mentioned to him that he could set his spawn point. Which is unfortunate, because it's a heck of a long walk back every time.
Especially because he just got killed again.
Yeah, he keeps getting killed over and over again. Same with Op Kid, who is also running past the sand house and not setting his spawn.
The AI improvements on the creepers are actually a little bit creepy right now, because they are hunting him, but they cannot get to him right now. Inside the obsidian.
Okay, so you are keeping
has
track
fallen to
of
his
the
death.
obsidian
keeping
room.
track of Gramps. He's right now inside the volcano.
Oh yes, there are mobs up here in the spawn area. Well, hopefully one of the rest will see that and take care of it.
Apparently now I have XP in my face. I need to scoot away from it.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
Creeper just sitting down towards... Oh, yeah, I see. They're all stuck on the corner.
Yeah, they're hunting him, though. How many
So
are in there? It looks like 5.
Does Gramps have the red wall? Oh, he's getting kicked in by a zombie? Ooh.
Oh.
And the Cobalt crafters haven't even made it over to the red wall dungeon.
No,
And
I haven't seen
they're-
them push forward at all.
They may be waiting for day because of how many spawns there are in the graveyard zone.
J-Bion and Nopkid still paying for the lack of a bed-based spawn point in a different location. Paying dearly for that mistake. Oh my goodness.
Hopefully they set a bed soon because the sun is coming up.
And I see that cannon is loaded again as well.
It's interesting. Both teams now have the first wool. I just kind of got caught up on that.
Here comes a cannon blast. Oh, too far. Alright, I'm going to mosey on and see what else is going on here.
Grass Giant has made it to the end of the graveyard area for cockblockers, but I don't think he has enough supplies to make an attempt on the red wall.
Well, he might be able to steal Gramps if he gets in there. He doesn't really know it's there, though.
Looks like Fatter Chick is in the midst of delivering the green wool to the monument.
So in spite of all their troubles, the Cobalt crafters do seem to be ahead as far as item collection.
Indeed. Well, as far as we can see.
Yeah.
Though it does look like Solitary was able to get the green wool for the CBs. Based on the fact I see a lot of obsidian down there.
Was Gramps able to make it out with the Red Bull?
I don't
Gramps
think he
never
actually
made
made
it
it all
in.
the way there to it, yeah.
Okay. So it may yet boil down to a battle royale in the volcano.
That would be amazing.
Let's see if there's any evidence that they've gotten the blue wall. I don't see any evidence that the CBs have gotten the blue wall. It looks like the Cobalt crafters have found some sort of sneaky way through here to avoid most of the trouble. Because I can tell that they broke a block of glass, but I don't see any horrible evidence that they had to traverse the entire dungeon as it was designed.
Gramps brought a lot of supplies into the red wool area before he died, and right now I'm not sure if MK is trying to support or just try to make a run on it to get that stuff back, because I figure it's got about maybe 2 minutes left before that timer despawns it. I'm actually going to pop into the Caulk Blockers channel and that's CAU, okay, and find out what's going on with them.
Alrighty, let us know.
Yeah, the Cobalt crafters have moved forward towards the end of the graveyard area and seem to be setting up some sort of base.
Ooh, ouch, yeah,
Pigmen
you don't want
have
to
been
anger those
re-angered.
pigmen. Yeah, that's
I don't know
bad
if that was
news.
intentional or not.
J-Bian making a run for it to the water.
And
That's
he's
not
being very
dissuading
successful
the
at it.
pigman. Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Oh, but he set himself on fire.
Go back to the water. Actually, there's some water ahead.
Yeah,
Hopefully
I
he
think
knows it's there.
he was debating on whether to go forward or back. He's decided to go forward, but he's not on fire anymore anyway.
I'm gonna see how their base construction is going here. Yeah, now I don't believe they've gathered any of the supplies from the spheres, and there are quite a few in them, if I recall. There's some TNT and glass. I think the higher ones have.
I had to come back and say that Nika was kind of panicking there for a second around the Soul Sand graveyard area. The pigmen are not happy with him, and they are kind of hoarding around him right now.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for those pigmen.
Apparently, they are mostly aggroed on him, though.
Yeah, that's gonna be painful.
That's another thing about that section. You occasionally accidentally shoot an arrow into one.
Yeah, you
When
wouldn't
you're
think
trying
it
to-
would be too hard to avoid them, but it seems like there's
They're
always
everywhere.
something. Yeah, there's always something that gets them angry at you.
I'm pretty sure the AI just makes them walk in front of your arrows.
Looks like
We've got
Jabian is
Nika.
attempting the Red Wool dungeon.
Looks like Nika and MK from CB are actually focus firing on someone over on the Cobalt Crafter side. And they took him out. Oh no, it's still Fatter Chick. She's holed up, though.
I could have saved him, but I'm a live caster, so I couldn't. I saw a creeper lock onto J-Bian and hunt him down. I felt bad.
It's worse watching Gramps try to make a run for the third wool, because you'll see 5 creepers just spawn all of a sudden coming right at him.
Looks like we got some heat here at the spheres.
Yeah, I assume
Fatter
Gramps is
Chick
going to try
is
to
holding down right now.
run the Red Wool with iron armor on, which will give him a much better chance of success.
And I see MK wearing completely chain armor, which is,
Yes,
I think,
there
a
are some of
first
those.
for me. That's first I've seen that. What kind of armor rating does that provide? You know?
It's about the same as gold.
Okay. That's not terrible.
I think
Does it
everything's the same
degrade
as
as
gold
fast as gold?
except the pants. The pants are slightly more or less effective.
It looks like Fatter Chick ran out of food, actually had to eat some zombie flesh or something in order to try to stay alive. There's folks firing, though. They're basically locking Fatter Chick down until, she gets back up.
Indeed, it looks like things are getting a little bit rough there for the Cobalt crafters. MK's doing a good job of keeping the heat on them.
Let's see if the CBs are making any progress
man.
towards the blue wall.
Batterchick went down with a bunch of glowstone, redstone, and TNT. They may have been using that to make some kind of cannon at some point, but that's not going to happen now unless they reclaim it.
There's a bloodbath there for a moment.
The pigmen are mad.
Did anybody else see that squid? I saw a squid.
Maybe MD'd.
They're actually saying Fatterchick is actually a he. So I'll have to keep note of that.
MK is still bringing the heat. Jay Bion's going to make another run at it. No supplies, so that's not going to be... I don't think that's going to work out too well, unless he's just carrying them and hasn't put them on, or perhaps he's going to pick them up here.
And in this version, if he hits him with an arrow that goes through the lava, he will set him on fire.
Oh, he's going to try to hold up for a minute.
Oh,
right in the face.
Too late, yeah.
Has Gramps managed to make it into the red dungeon?
Was just on my way to go check that out.
Apparently not, because I was shot by Gramps.
Yep. And I still see Jay Bion's items down in here. Pile of stuff. I see creepers waiting to ruin somebody's day. Doesn't look like anybody's been in there for a little bit. Not since Jay Bion's been in. Wow, all the Cobalt crafters are going for it right now. I think that they know that the Caulk blockers don't have the red wool yet either.
I think that'll be the last wool for them, so that's definitely a good push for them to make.
Yeah, if they throw everything at getting that red wool and they manage to get it, then that's all they need.
Because, again, the CB still don't have the blue wool either. So they are a wool and a half behind.
Okay, Jay Bian making another attempt. It doesn't sound like it started off too well. And he got shot by a skeleton.
Grass giant coming in right behind him.
Whew, I got out of there just in time then. Alright, I'm going to follow Grass
for the
Giant
creeper
in.
explosion.
Yeah. And here it comes. There it was.
Let me go pop on their channel and see what I can pick up.
It's getting stalked by another creeper, and... oh, boom. He was not aware that they were there.
Jabian is coming around again and was set on fire by some lava and then was immediately shot by the Fishnet Warrior MK325.
This is getting really, really intense at the spheres here.
It looks like the CBs have constructed 3 full suits of iron armor.
Oh, that is going to help a lot. And they've not really been panicking, per se. They don't seem to have made another attempt in. They're just kind of biding their time and prepping up. And also building a bridge, which they seem to have given up on, because all 4 of them are now down below. I have a feeling that they're probably going to make their push here momentarily. And that may end up working out in their favor, because it doesn't appear that just trucking your way in there with no armor or supplies is really going to be a successful strategy. There's creeper spawners in there, so that you're never going to run out of creepers. And you're probably not ever going to get the wool out of there past the creepers and survive. Alright, Grass Giant is going in for another attempt. I'm going to follow him down here. He's getting snuck up on by another creeper, as just like last time, he managed to survive it. Jay Bian coming down in here, Op Kid coming down in here. So all the Cobalt crafters.
However, both Grant or Gramps and Solitary Wolf are getting close to entering the volcano in their full suits of iron armor, and at least one of them has a diamond sword.
Oh my goodness! Look
So
at these
they're gonna
creepers.
They're going to be at a nice PvP advantage if any Cobalt crafters manage to make it in there around.
Looks like
the
Fatter
creepers.
Chick
Oh,
is setting up some
wow.
ladders to get in and out easier, but at the same time, it's just going to make Gramps and them. Oh, we got problems here.
Oh, we've got some PvP going on. Diamond Axe versus Diamond
no.
Sword.
The entire Cobalt Crafters squad got completely destroyed, and it was once again a case of the creepers spawning from the little creeper holes, and then coming up behind the players after they've walked by and are not watching their backs.
Yeah, this is going to come down to gear right here at the Red Wool, I believe, because it looks like all the CBs are ironed up, basically, at this point.
Indeed they are, and they are going to be in a way more advantageous position here going in. But will they watch their backs?
They have the high ground.
Yeah, I mean, because this assault could just as easily fail. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm already seeing creeper explosions.
I saw something that was pretty cool. J-Biam was trying to climb the mountain as he's being shot at. And I got right up to him, and then got hit in the face with a sword.
Gramps is taking out a lot of these creeper spawners. And I think he might be refreshing his iron armor with some of the iron armor in here. I mean, because it could be that the CBs end up taking out most of the creeper spawners, but somehow dying, and then leaving a clear path for the Cobalt crafters. And there's a creeper.
The crafters coming up right now, too.
Okay, let's see if we can't sneak down here.
MK is just basically holding the hill against the Cobalt crafters right now. They don't have any armor as they're trying to just swarm them, I believe, but I don't think that's going to work.
Now, for the viewers, you have to understand that it is a bit of a labyrinth down here inside this place. So it's not just a straight walk. It can be a little bit difficult to find your way around, and you have to get the wool from your team-appropriate wool room. You can't just grab it from whichever room you happen upon.
Yeah, and they are reversed, I believe,
Yep.
as far as angles go, or sides.
That also
Yeah,
means
really
no
at this point-
sabotaging the other team's wool.
Yeah, just looking over here, watching the Cobalt crafters trying to make their death runs, basically, at this point, up the Death Mountain here. The Ender's Tears. They are just getting slaughtered.
They may find that they'll have an opportunity to kind of scalp the red wool from the Caulk blockers while they're on their way out, because there's no easy way out of here.
Gramps didn't make it. I believe Solitary Wolf is still in here, though. And they were only one turn away from the wool room, but had mobs pouring out. I was going to try to show my stream the wool room here.
You know, what would be really good right now for the Cobalt crafters to do would be to bring a bed up closer to this area, since they don't have any other supplies. At least they would be able to respawn more quickly. Heck, they could even respawn on the mountain. You know, they could sneak a bed around the back here.
There's a nice little place back here that you wouldn't even notice.
Yeah, of course, the problem is at this point that it looks like the Caulk blockers are going to keep this locked down. I mean, unless the Cobalt crafters get some arrows in the game here, or some armor of some kind, they're not going to fare too well against a completely iron armored archer standing here on top of the mountain.
We even got one of the CBs over there on top of one of these obsidian spheres firing down at these Cobalt crafters as they try to make their runs. So they've got double fire coming on right now.
Wait, is Solitary on the wrong side?
Where is he?
Which one is lane 1 and which one's lane 2?
Lane 1 is where JCLL is right now. Cookie Monster. I just flew over it.
I mean, is it if you're looking out towards the map from the start, is it the one on the right or the one on the left?
It's the one on the left.
Lane 1 is the one on the left.
Yes, lane 1 is the one on the left. If you're looking
You're
down
in the wrong one. He was definitely in the lane 2 area. He was in the lean-to area. I'm still standing by it.
Did you see where he went? Did he die?
He left the area, but...
Where is this area? Are you saying it spawned?
No, in the lava.
I'm here with you, dude.
Volcano.
I believe this is lane 1. Well, I don't know. It's maybe it's mislabeled. I'm not sure.
Because I know the other side definitely says lane 1, and he was up here.
It might be that the refs actually didn't go and fix the signs, so they both say lane 1 at this point. Which.
But I think he may have pillared up backwards. Not actually seeing the... He has the red wool, though, but it's the wrong red wool.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you have to go to the other lane side and then get the wool from that side, because that is your wool to get, I believe. It's hard to, I don't know, say. But it's weird. But I think you're right, dude.
Gramps is saying that the volcano is shared, but I think that he means...
Yeah, but...
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. I don't think any of the rest of them did. Well, if you're facing the mountain and you saw solitary wolf get the red wool from the what would be the left red wool room, then that would probably be the wrong room. Because it sounds like they're supposed to be swapped.
Yeah, the way it's labeled in here.
But if they're both labeled lane 1, then there's a problem.
No, one's labeled lane 1, the other one's labeled lane 2.
So they are labeled correctly. That was fixed by the refs?
Yes.
Okay, then if you saw Solitary Wolf getting the red wool from lane 1 room, then the wool that he has is invalid.
He got it from the lane 2 room.
Oh, sorry, yeah. I meant the other way around.
Man, it hurts watching them just nail people with arrows one after the other.
You may want to bring that up because he's about to claim victory.
Man, MK is brutal with that. Oh, man. They still have control of the mountain, though, that's for sure.
So you're saying you saw him grab it from the lane 2 room, right?
Yes.
Okay. It's a good thing you caught that, because I don't think think anybody else was in there at the time, or could have been in there at the time.
I'm just verifying that spawn says that, it says lane 1 on this side, so make sure it says lane 2 on this side. So yes, they were backwards. Let
me go pop in and get their reaction on this in Mumble.
It looks like they're already laughing it off a bit.
Are we content with letting them just trash the wool they picked up and then have to run it from there?
If the teams are okay with it, and you are okay with it, then I don't see any problem with it. What about the refs?
Well, I don't have a problem with it. We don't have a problem with it either. It puts us in an uncomfortable position because technically he made an error in which their team should be disqualified, but there's a big difference between error by malice and error by not paying attention, so we try to make accommodations for things like that.
Roger that.
I do believe the Cobalt Crafters just got a hands up, basically. Maybe. We'll see. Gramps is still down there. Grass Giant was able to knock MK into the lava and take him out, and just, didn't matter if he had iron armor on at that point.
And the way to their wool has been secured by the other team.
I'm going to try broadcasting to all channels at once.
Okay. I want to pop into their channel and see what they say about that.
By the way, stream listeners, that was Author Blues, the tournament lord.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. Hopefully you can all hear me right now. We are going to continue as proceeded. The red wool that was picked up by Solitary needs to be destroyed, and we're going to continue from there. Just go.
And there you have it. So that's the judgment. We're going to go ahead and keep playing. Basically, from where we were, the refs are going to destroy the red wool that Solitary picked up from the wrong room. And we'll see how this plays out from here.
I always get so lost down here.
Alright, so it looks like Gramps is entering the mountain right now. I'm going to try to sneak by down and see what I can see.
Alright, well, I'm down, trapped in this very cramped lava maze. I think we may have... Oh, there you are.
Hello.
There's Gramps.
Whoops, I was in his way. I'm going
In
to
fact,
get
I'm
out
going
of
to
the
head
way.
over this... Yeah, this is the way they're not supposed to go. So let's see what they do.
CB team is just fine with that. They're laughing it off. They're already making fun of each other for messing it up. So they're taking it with stride.
Yeah, it looks like they're heading to the correct direction this time, I think.
It sounds like one of the Cobalt crafters might have rage quitted. Rage quit? Yeah.
Well, Jabayan hasn't been on for a while. There he is.
There we go.
I don't know if he was enemy issues or if it was from...
I saw one of his teammates say that that's what happened, but apparently he's come back.
Alright, they've entered the correct room this time. Or have they? Yeah, it says for lane 1 only. So this is the lane 1 room.
This is actually really cool. MK is trying to flush out the Cobalt crafters.
Alright, sounds like the
That's odd.
cock blockers are getting into their wool area, which is way down in there in a tiny crammed little area.
Yeah, it's just in a chest. It's not in a full brick room.
Right. Hidden away behind all kinds of little obstacles, lava, pillars, and so on and so
Mostly
forth.
zombie spawners, I believe.
I got in Gramps' way there a little bit.
I think
He's
we
getting
back
ready
up to the wall.
spawners. He's gonna go ahead and trap
Solitary's
us in
probably
here.
gonna... Solitary probably has it. Let me check the chest here. Yes, he grabbed 9 red wool.
Alright, we are now trapped, so I'm gonna TP out of here to JCLL or something.
TP to me, or GC. Yeah, either one.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah,
hard to
you're
cast
actually-
from in there. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Someone said we should try to get a texture pack that would turn obsidian almost translucent. That might be an idea.
It might be. In some cases that wouldn't be so great, but we'll try stuff out and see what we can do.
Cobalt Crafter still trying. Grass Giant taken out by Solitary, though he is armored up, I should say. And Fatter Chick is just trying to hold back. That would have been great timing for Fatter Chick to knock both the enemy teammates into the lava there, but didn't happen.
Another possibility could have been to place some blocks to cause the lava to fill in over top.
Oh, that'd been evil. And amazing.
Yes, and then if the wool survived, it would have been... Actually, no. Would have been illegal for them to grab this red wool down here that I think they placed but didn't... No, that's definitely outside the lane. I think once the...
Well, what happened was...
That'd be a tough call.
And I want to explain this for the viewers and the chatters. What the Caulk blockers did was a mistake on Solitary Wolf's part. He went to the wrong room. Being that it was witnessed and that they accepted having to go back in and go to the correct room to actually claim victory, and everybody agreed, I think that it's okay. And really, it set the Caulk blockers at a disadvantage because they had to redo all the same work that they'd already done, where the Cobalt crafters had the path completely cleared for them by the Caulk blockers. Because there's a lot of little obstacles to getting to the red wool once you're in that room, as you just saw. that were taken care of already by Solitary Wolf. So we had to do that job twice and run all the way back with the wool again. So I don't think that it really ends up being unfair to the Cobalt crafters. If anything, it really damaged the Caulk blockers more than them. And it looks
There we
like
go.
that's the game.
There we go.